A very good morning to everyone. I would like to welcome you all to the virtual seminar on Martyr's Day to pay homage to Mahatma Gandhi and all the freedom fighters who fought for the freedom, progress, justice, equality, and progress of the country. Before we proceed, I must thank the Venerable Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, Founder President, Amity Education Group, an eminent educationist, an inspirational leader, a visionary to the core, a true philanthropist, and a patriot. And also Honorable Dr. Atul Chauhan, Chancellor, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, as well as very distinguished Professor Dr. Barvinder Shukla, our Vice Chancellor, for their blessings, support, and guidance. The aim of today's virtual congregation is to observe Martyrs' Day and to remember the honor and sacrifice of those who laid down their lives for this great nation. Since 1948, 30th January has been commemorated as Martyrs' Day or Shaheed Diwas to pay glowing tributes and profound homage to those martyrs who gave the ultimate sacrifice for the freedom, welfare, justice, equality, and progress of our beloved country. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Brigadier Dr. Anand Kumar Tiwari, a fully accomplished, multi-domain, talented veteran and academician. He has 33 years of vast experience in educational administration. He is an expert on China. He did his PhD from the University of Pune in Chinese geopolitics and has recently published a book titled Chinese Geopolitics in the 21st Century, a Post-Pandemic Perspective. He has also been a Chinese language interpreter and has immense experience in interaction with the Chinese in the border areas. He is the recipient of the Chief of Staff Commendation Card, and he now leads AIDSS or Amity Institute of Defense and Strategic Studies at Amity University, Noida as professor and director. Sir, I welcome you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Aparajita. Good morning to everyone. Honorable Founder, President Sir, Honorable Chancellor Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam, Dr. Silvamurthy Sir, all the guest speakers, officials, faculty, students, and audience. Heartiest welcome to all of you. Let me welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam, who has taken out her precious time to deliver her special address. I welcome Major General Devendra Kapoor, Visist Seva Medal, former Commandant Selection Center East, Allahabad, for his keynote address. And I also welcome Dr. Amit Singh, Senior Assistant Professor of Political Science at Atmaram Sanatan Dharm College, DU, and Dr. Dhrubajyoti Bhattacharjee, Research Fellow at Indian Council of World Affairs. To open my speech, I would like to quote Mahatma Gandhi, as he said, and I quote, "Have I that non-violence of the brave in me? My death alone will show that. If someone killed me and I died with prayer for the occasion for assassin on my lips and God's remembrance and consciousness of his living presence in the sanctuary of my heart, then alone would I be said to have had non-violence of the brave." So Mahatma Gandhi, in his experiment with life, always wanted to prove that his non-violence was a non-violence of the brave and not a coward. How true these words were when he, at the time of being shot, uttered the words, "Hey Ram." And since then, every year, nation pays homage to great Mahatma Gandhi and other martyrs. Every year, the president, vice president, prime ministers, defense minister, 3 service chiefs go to Rajghat and they lay their wreath on the samadhi of Mahatma Gandhi, decorated with multicolored flowers. And then we also observe a silence at at 11 a.m. on this day for 2 minutes, which we will be doing during the course of our deliverance. As we are aware that Mahatma Gandhi contributed immensely, or we can say he was the cornerstone of our Indian freedom struggle. The contribution of Mahatma Gandhi cannot be expressed in words. He also, along with other freedom fighters, compelled the Britishers to leave India. His actions and words were the source of inspiration. His motivation to the people had actually set a kind of belief in non-violence. He was known for his non-violence protests, and the kind of mobilization which took place during the world wars was immense and weakened the British Empire. Now, his contribution started with non-violence in 1906 and 7 when he started his first satyagraha in South Africa against the compulsory registration. In 1910, he announced satyagraha again in Natal, South Africa on 9th January 1915. He again, at the age of 46, came to India, and after that he traveled through different parts of the country and mobilized the people. We cannot forget his contribution towards his Champaran Satyagraha movement, which was the first conducted in 1917, wherein he in Champaran district mobilized the people against the sale of indigo on cheaper prices to the British and under the harsh weather conditions. Then his Kheda Satyagraha of 1917 and 1918. Then he conducted his Khilafat movement, which was started by the Ali brothers to show the protest against injustice done with Turkey after First World War. Then his contribution to non-cooperation movement, which was launched in 1920, and it was against the atrocious and most obnoxious Jallianwala Bagh massacre by the British rulers. Then his contribution in the civil disobedience movement, when Mahatma Gandhi initiated civil disobedient movement with full vigor and then carried out his Dandi March from 12 March to 6 April. Thereafter, Mahatma Gandhi contributed he started that Quit India movement in 1942. At the peak of the World War II, when the British were engaged with their resources worldwide, and they were very weak in India. That was the time when Mahatma Gandhi started this movement on 8th August. There were several parts of the country during that time where during this movement, the British rule became very negligible and weak. Mahatma Gandhi's contribution towards the kind of independence we had and the kind of division of power took place, and the country was divided into two, and thereafter the riots started. He then sat on fasting in Calcutta on 15th August 1947, and he did not participate in the jubilation of the independence because it was coming with a wound and scar on the minds of people everywhere. He wanted to remove the hatred among people about other religion and divide between Muslims, Hindus, and Sikhs. He wanted them to reconcile, and because of these efforts, at 5:17 p.m. on the morning of 30th January, Mahatma Gandhi, with his grandniece, and in the garden of, say, Birla House, during the prayer meeting, when he was killed by Nathuram Godse, then the Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, while addressing the countrymen after this incident, said that the light has gone out of our lives and there is a darkness everywhere. These are the words which echoed the sentiments of nation at that time. While I end my speech, I would like to give few quotes again from Mahatma Gandhi, which epitomizes his spirit of humanity. And I quote, "Our greatest ability as humans is not to change the world, but to change ourselves." He also said, "Service without humility is selfishness and egotism." He says, and I quote, "It does not require money to live neat, clean, and dignified," which epitomizes how should we live in a minimalistic manner with the same kind of neatness, cleanliness, and we can have a dignified life. And then in the end, if I want to quote, I would quote, he says, "My life is my message." So with this message from Mahatma Gandhi, I end my speech and call upon Ms. Aparajita Pandey to take the proceedings further and invite Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam for her special address, please. Dr. Aparajita.
Thank you so much, sir, for those enlightening words about Mahatma Gandhi's teachings. And as sir said, now I would like to call upon our Honorable VC ma'am. However, she's running a little bit late. She will be joining us as soon as it is possible for her to join us. With the permission of Major General Devendra Kapoor, I would like to invite General Kapoor with us. General Kapoor has been awarded the Vishish Seva Medal for his distinguished and exemplary military service. We are extremely fortunate and thankful to have him amidst us. He is someone so multifaceted with such a long and illustrious career. General Kapoor has been par excellence during his tenure as the CEO at the Selection Center at Allahabad and also as the commander of Rashtriya Rifles. He has also served during times of peak militancy in Udhampur, in Jammu and Kashmir, and in Punjab. General Kapoor's career has been adorned with the Long Distance Defense Management course, Advanced Intelligence course, the Defense Services Staff College tenure, and Advanced Technical Orientation course. In addition to all of this, he also holds an MSc in Applied Psychology and a Bachelor of Science degree from JNU. May I now request Lieutenant General Major General Devendra Kapoor to kindly give his illuminating keynote address.
Thank you, Aparajita.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to convey my gratitude to Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, Honorable Founder President, Amity Education Group, for his invitation to me to give the keynote address on a seminar which is organized by the Amity Institute of Defense Strategic Studies for the Shaheed Diwas. We are here today to pay homage to our revered Mahatma Gandhi ji, plus all freedom fighters who fought for the freedom, justice, equality, and progress of our country. I also convey my gratitude to Dr. Atul Chauhan, the Chancellor of Amity University, Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla, the Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General S.K. Gadyok, Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, who is the DG of the Amity Institute of Defense Strategic Studies, and Brigadier Dr. Anand K. Tiwari. I shall be speaking on the relevance of Gandhian principles in the 21st century. Mahatma Gandhi was our national leader of towering stature, with a burning zeal to fight British oppression and seek the freedom of our country. He was a renowned theorist, a philosopher, and a practitioner of truth, non-violence, tolerance, and freedom. He was a spirit of profound wisdom with an iron will and an inflexible resolve. His foresight and ability to galvanize the masses, along with his simplicity and humility, shook the mighty British Empire. Today, the principles and ideologies of this frail, naked fakir, as he was called by Winston Churchill, are revered worldwide. His philosophy of perception of mankind and addressing the multifarious issues is considered universal and eternal. I will speak about certain facets or certain aspects. At the first, I would speak about political aspects. Many perceived Gandhiji as a mystic and a religious leader, but he was an evolved political leader. His ideal society is a non-violent, stateless society that consists of self-sufficing, self-regulating village communities where cooperation is the key to a dignified life. Every village would have a panchayat or republic with full powers, which would be self-sustained and competent. In fact, he regarded the village as a republic within a republic. He believed in least interference from the government. Creative, indigenized work by people was better than the monotonous machine production. According to him, the Indian society, with its strong cultural roots, would emphasize on five principles, that is, the Satya, truthfulness; Ahimsa, non-violence; Asteya, non-stealing; Aparigraha, non-possession; and Brahmacharya. His concept of economy. Now, he was an egalitarian and a socialist. For him, in democracy, concentration of power was evil. Equality entailed a house for everyone to live in, sufficient food to eat, and sufficient khadi to clad oneself in. He believed in the life of renunciation, where one should only acquire possessions that are necessary for sustenance, to preclude distractions that takes one away from the ultimate pursuit of truth. He was not opposed to industrialization, but opposed industries that lead to the degradation of the environment. He advocated cottage industry to gain self-reliance, as also help generate employment. Globalization, according to him, leads to acquisition of wealth in the hands of few entities. He helped establish the small village industries which still abide by the Gandhian mode of development. Regarding his concept of socialism, he propagated a secular and a socialist ideology, which he defined as Sarv Dharm Sambhav. That means equal respect for all religions. Education. He aptly identified education as a tool that can transform the complete world. Education for him was the light of life and a source of realization of oneself. He focused on the overall development of an individual through recreation as well as education.
So you've been muted somehow. Maybe. Yes, sir.
Okay,
We can hear you
right.
now.
Uh, I shall start with the education. Uh, with that, uh, he aptly identified that education as a tool that can transform the world. He focused on the overall development of an individual through recreation as well as education. He advised for free and compulsory education, as I mentioned earlier, for the children between the age of 7 and 14 years. He emphasized that the students should inculcate the values of non-violence, tolerance, truth, clarity that shall help build the character. Regarding non-violence, now non-violence was a key aspect for him. He has been an inspiration of a lot of world leaders, and to include a few of them is His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Daisaku Ikeda, the Japanese Buddhist leader, Nelson Mandela, Desmond Tutu, Martin Luther King, Barack Obama, Aung San Suu Kyi, as also Thich Nhat Hanh, the famous Vietnamese Buddhist leader. For him, non-violence was a sine qua non in his quest for the freedom of our country. When in 1942, during the non-cooperation movement, when the Satyagrahis deviated from the path of non-violence, resulting in the unfortunate uh, violence where 40 odd police persons were burnt alive at Chowri Chowra, he had no hesitation in calling off that non-cooperation movement. Swaraj or self-government, essential, he felt it was essential to be free from external influence and foreign control. Self-empowerment is the need of the hour, and every person should establish his or her identity. Self-control and self-discipline is the key to free ourselves from the worldly temptations. Some of his other principles are: he worked for women empowerment. The various mass movements, including the epochal Dandi March, was successful primarily because of the large participation of women. For a healthy lifestyle and a high thinking with simple living, Gandhiji is an ideal icon to emulate. United Nations has recognized Gandhian principle of sustainable development and recently inaugurated the Gandhi Solar Park at the UN headquarters. Technology and Gandhism. Gandhiji advocated the optimum use of information and communication technology, which axiomatically helps bring transparency, answerability, and public participation. It needs to be remembered that this principle has metamorphosed the education standards. The wide application of app Swayam, which gives access to the courses imparted from these classes 9th to postgraduate, the Shala Siddhi, the midday meal monitoring apps have helped evaluate the quality of school administration and education. Starting from universal healthcare under Ayushman Bharat, poverty elevation, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, free meals for the poor and needy are all derivatives of Gandhi's principle of socialism. He had the foresight and leadership qualities that have helped usher revolutionary changes in our society, raising the standards of the downtrodden, whom he referred to as Harijan, or the ones dear to Hari, the Lord himself. I sum up by crediting Bapuji for having made the foundation of our country so strong that we now embark on the next century as a great nation. The youth who have a very important role to play, for them, Gandhiji's words are so true even now. Your thoughts, your belief, correction, your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your action. Your action becomes your habits. Your habits become your values. And your values become your destiny, which is the destiny of our country. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for those words. I truly believe that you have illustrated in your speech that Gandhian values and philosophy are some of the most important values and philosophies that we should all remember, especially in our times. I would just like to take a moment to inform all participants once more that exactly at 11 a.m. on my announcement, we will stand at our respective places and observe 2 minutes of silence, paying obeisance to our martyrs. And after that, we will continue with our proceedings. I would like to thank you all once more for coming here today. And we are just at a moment's in momentarily we will be blessed with the presence of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla. We are just waiting for her to log in. Once she does, we will be fortunate enough to have her address our August gathering. Till then, we're just going to wait for a minute or two, and we will resume with our
She is
proceedings.
having some problem in logging in.
In logging in,
And
yes.
I've just spoken to her.
As nice and easy as things have, as technology has made things for us, sometimes it does sort of give us some trouble. So we will just proceed momentarily. Yes. Okay,
Good morning,
everybody.
madam, and welcome.
Good morning,
Honorable
sir.
Vice Chancellor, madam, welcome to you to our forum.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Yes,
ma'am.
Aparajita, please invite madam
Yes.
Good morning.
for her speech.
We are extremely fortunate to have with us our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla, an outstanding administrator, a brilliant academician, a vivid researcher, and a far-sighted visionary. Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla is well known for her multifaceted insights, humility, and leadership skills. She has an MTech from IIT Kharagpur and a PhD from Queen's University, UK. She has been one of the key strategists, instrumental in the exponential growth of Amity higher education. She is driven by innate passion, determination, perseverance, and an enormous compassion. Her keen areas of interest lie in promoting entrepreneurship, corporate social responsibility, and industry academia collaboration. Her contributions are widely acclaimed and recognized with prestigious national and international awards and honors. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am. May I now request our Honorable VC to please address this audience.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, Honorable Founder President, Honorable Chancellor, Major General Devendra Kapoor, VSM, retired, the former Commander at Selection Center, East Allahabad. Our very special guest, Dr. Amit Singh, Senior Assistant Professor at Political Science, Atmaram, Sanatan Dharam College, DU, and Dr. Dhruv Jyoti Bhattacharya, Indian Research Fellow at the Indian Council of World Affairs, and my colleague, Dr. Tiwari, Dr. Bakshi, and all the participants. First of all, on behalf of Honorable Founder President, Honorable Chancellor, and all the members of MIT, University of Uttar Pradesh, I extend very warm welcome to all the distinguished speakers on the Martyrs Day. As we know that Martyrs Day is across the country celebrated because this was the day when father of nation Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated. A great leader, a great freedom fighter who dedicated his life for the nation and who always remember that who fought for the against the oppression, regressiveness policies of the colonial rule, and get freedom, justice, equality, and progression for an independent India. And it was his struggle with many others, citizens of the country. And we are today in the free India. We are also remember and pay always homage not only to Mahatma Gandhi ji, but all the freedom fighters who fought for freedom of this nation. Since then, after becoming the free India, if today we are sleeping peacefully, it is our forces, whether it is in the sky, whether it's on the earth or water, and many others who have, because of whom we are able to have the peaceful nation and are able to sleep peacefully. And we, all those who gave their life for last so many years and protecting the nation, not only at the borders, but internally also, and while maintaining the peace. Many have sacrificed their lives, so we pay homage to all of them. So we know that then anniversaries of the great persons are always a source of inspiration for all citizens of the country. It is today is truly a very big day to commemorate the great iconic leader Mahatma Gandhi ji, and he is also a great iconic leader who dedicated his entire life for the nation, and he lived very simple and austere life, where every individual can gain the inspiration, patronage from him, and be motivated to join the fight against the British Raj in the independence movement initiated by him. The light has gone out of our lives is a speech that was delivered by our former or the first Prime Minister of the India after the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi ji. And when the Pope John Paul II first visited India in 1986, he addressed the nation at Rajghat from the Samadhi of Mahatma Gandhi ji, where he referred to the Nehru's eulogy. The Nehru's words, the light that shone in this country was no ordinary light. Mahatma Gandhi was truly a true light of the because he lived by non-violence, appeared to be defeated by the violence. For a moment when he was assassinated, it was felt that as if the light has gone. But his teachings and the example of his life live on in the minds of hearts of millions of men and women, not only in our own country, but across the globe. And so therefore, it's important on this special day, while we are observing the today's day as Martyr's Day, but we should always remember what all Gandhiji has taught us and how in today's scenario, where India has always propagated, the Vasudev Kutumbakam, that whole world is one family. How India can play a very important role in this, uniting the whole world. And our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, is working towards that, and having the G20 presidency, where across the country we are, all the academic institutions, the cities, all ministries are looking at how do we really make India presidency as a very presidency, and not only celebrate, host, but at the same time convey the message, the heritage, the culture, and the values which India has from the ancient times, how those can be propagated and be made this India as not only the center of culture, a center of education, but also the center of spirituality. Already we know that how our Honorable Prime Minister has, worked relentlessly. The yoga has become the International Yoga Day, and people are, celebrating so many things from India are coming at the international level. And I'm sure that this opportunity which India has got to be the president of G20 is not only going to enhance the trade, but many things at the first will be coming from India, which will lead the world. And at the MIT University, our Honorable Founder President, when started the school education and the higher education, he focused a lot on the motto which is modernity blends with tradition. We're bringing the best of the education from across the globe through internationalization, curriculum, and research innovation. but at the same time, how to inculcate values and sanskar in each institution to make a success story, and where that individual works not only for self or organization, but works for the whole world, to bring the changes which will lead to the happiness, will lead to the peace and non-violence, and make this world or bring the change in the world, to make this world a better place to live. So that is that teachings of Mahatma Gandhi, to practice the non-violence, and that's what the values and sanskar which are being given by amity will surely contribute to achieving that vision of father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi ji, as well as vision of our honorable Prime Minister, the vision of our honorable Founder President, and the mission of our chancellors. Because honorable chancellor always believed this youth, is the big power, and when the synergy in the mind, synergy in the people is brought, and that definitely is going to make the change, which has been envisioned by our founder, and envisioned by our honorable Prime Minister. And I once again I extend a very warm welcome to all the esteemed guests, and uh, and I'm sure that that this day, for all the students who are listening, they will take the lessons and learning to contribute not only to nation building, but bringing the peace at world level. So once again, I extend very warm welcome to all our distinguished speakers.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am, for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Now, quickly moving on to our esteemed panelists, I will be calling upon Dr. Amit Singh. Sir, our panelists have about 10 to 15 minutes to speak. And at 11 o'clock, I would be interrupting you if your speech is going on. I think we talked about that earlier. Without further ado, I welcome Dr. Amit Singh. Dr. Amit Singh is working as a senior assistant professor at the Department of Political Science, Atmaram Sanatan Dharm College, DU. He has received his PhD from the School of International Studies, JNU. Dr. Singh is also associated as national convener, Academics for Nation Honorary Doctor, the India Institute Joint Secretary and Conference Coordinator, Organization of Diaspora Initiatives, New Delhi, National Advisory Council member of Center for Human Security Studies, Hyderabad, editorial advisor, The Nationalist, e-journal of Dr. Shama Prasad Mukherjee Research Foundation, New Delhi, and the book review editor, Diaspora Studies in Leiden, Netherlands. He has worked with the NMF, or the National Maritime Foundation, in New Delhi. Previously, he is also a visiting scholar at Yayasan Strategic Social, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. He has also taught political science at Amity University, Gurgaon, previously, and Zakir Hussain College in DU, as well as Motilal College in the University of Delhi. Dr. Amit Singh, if you would like to take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Aprajita, respected Vice Chancellor ma'am, respected dignitaries in this panel discussion on Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy. First of all, I would like to pay my homage to Mahatma Gandhi ji on his 75th death anniversary. And I would also like to express my gratitude to the Amity University, Noida, my colleague Aprajita Pandey, and my friend Anu Sharma for giving me opportunity to share my views on this webinar. And today I'm going to share my views on Gandhian philosophy and peace studies. We all know in his entire life, Mahatma Gandhi ji, he's talked about peace and he preached peace like anything. And it is because of this particular reason, the present day peace study at the various university, Mahatma Gandhi and his philosophy is essential to understand peace and its importance for the conflict resolution. Uh, John Gulden uh, is a principal founder of the peace and conflict studies, and in his each and every writing, John Gulden has mentioned he inspired a lot from Mahatma Gandhi's vision for peace and how he described to resolve dispute with the help of the peaceful resolution. And because of this particular inspiration from Mahatma Gandhi, he has started first research institute at the Oslo University in 1959. And since then, most of the universities, and specifically in the Western countries, are having one or two dedicated center for peace studies. Slowly and gradually, this particular subject is also getting momentum in most of the Indian universities. And 5 years back, Delhi University has also started a course subject under political science and international relation, peace studies and conflict resolution. So the peace study is an interdisciplinary field of inquiry animated by a desire to build sustainable peace at all levels of society through policy relevant research and practices. This particular study's main objective is to understand the various concepts and processes that demand justice, promote healing, and create more equitable societies. The root cause of violence in all its forms, and that includes physical, structural, cultural, and environmental. This studies aim to study all these aspects. On the other, yes, there are various strategies to prevent, end, and transform violent conflict through non-violent means. And there are approaches to promote a structural and institutional change at local, national, and at the global level. So with these aim, peace study is looking for a sustainable peace in this world. And we all know at present the entire world is we all are sitting on a highly nuclearized world, and any minor skirmishes may turn into a global war because there are various issues at present is going on at the every nook and corner of this globe. So going by, the peace study is very important, and most of the scholars, researchers, and theorists of peace studies idealizing Mahatma Gandhi and Mahatma Gandhi's vision for peace. We all know Mahatma Gandhi has mentioned an eye for an eye makes the entire world blind. So Gandhi is one of the biggest inspiration for the peace studies and conflict resolution. And that is why Mahatma Gandhi consider war as an unmitigated evil. He has mentioned war is immoral. We all know in peace study, or most of the theorists, they have considered uh, the absence of war, this particular situation they consider as peace. But Mahatma Gandhi has mentioned, because there are two aspects of peace, means negative peace and positive peace, and negative peace means absence of war people consider as peace. But Mahatma Gandhi has always emphasized for the positive aspects of peace, and that is why in his articulation he has mentioned peace is more than the absence of war. He has mentioned peace and truth cannot be separated. Peace, the way peace, the way of peace is the way of truth. So Gandhi has always emphasized on the ideas of truthfulness, which has been also highlighted by Major General Devinder Kapoor in his own speech. So Gandhian approach to peace is very important to understand his own philosophy. No doubt in his entire articulation, he has emphasized upon satyagraha and ahimsa, non-violence. Mahatma Gandhi has also highlighted issues related to non-violence, and specifically in terms of a state. He has mentioned 6-point agenda for a non-violent state, which is very, very relevant in today's world, because Mahatma Gandhi has mentioned the state should adopt universal disarmament, and the state should abandon all its colonial territories, and they should liberate people. The state should withdraw from all military alliances, and because we all know at present what is going on in Ukraine and the way NATO is behaving, and almost they are provoking Ukraine to fight with Russia, and Russia is also fighting with Ukraine to prevent NATO to be very close to Russian border. So Mahatma Gandhi has mentioned, yes, state should withdraw from all military alliances. They have also, Mahatma Gandhi has also mentioned every state should avoid intelligence and counterintelligence. State should minimize the military significance of trade. State should share every resources with the underdeveloped nation. And with these 6 ideas and principles specifically related to non-violent state, Mahatma Gandhi really promoted peace and non-violent, and he has visualized a peaceful world. There are various other aspects of Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy related to peace, because he has also emphasized upon, yes, we should need a new lifestyle and culture, because in his entire life he has opposed a highly materialistic world. And because Mahatma Gandhi considered it is because of the highly materialistic culture, the world is getting more and more violent, because every nation is just acquiring wealth, and they are not going to share with underdeveloped nation. So he has mentioned that we should adopt a new lifestyle culture, and we should promote peace and distribution. On the other, he has mentioned we should look for moral solution for everyday conflict, be it internal or external, because moral solution is necessary in today's world to resolve any sort of dispute. Mahatma Gandhi has also promoted things related to disarmament, and at present United Nations organization and there are various other non-government organizations are promoting disarmament. And India, following Mahatma Gandhi's footsteps, that is why we have always opposed NPT, CTBT. No doubt we have also exploded our own nuclear device, but we have mentioned in our nuclear doctrine, India has not, we have adopted no first use nuclear policy. So we have mentioned at the various international platform, India is a responsible country. India is a peace-loving country. We are the country of Mahatma Gandhi, but for the minimum deterrent, we have exploded this particular nuclear device, but we are also favoring and lobbying hard that slowly and gradually we should all the nations should do away their nuclear weapon, and specifically the weapons of mass destruction. So he promoted disarmament. He has mentioned he fight against nuclear weapon. He promoted international organization and world federation, in which he has mentioned we should promote multipolarity, but multipolarity means we should give equal respect to each and every nation. And he has mentioned huge cooperation is required with regard to channelize the multipolar world. He has also emphasized the non-violent army or Shanti Sena. He coined this particular term in 1922, and after the formation of United Nations organization, Now UN is having peacekeeping force, and India's track record in peacekeeping force is very, very significant. And we have played huge role in resolving various disputes at the various continent, and specifically in the African nation. Mahatma Gandhi has also emphasized that we should, or every nation should, initiate non-cooperation with the aggressor. He tried to address this particular concern that if we are going to end our cooperation with the aggressor, then that particular thing is going to pressurize the aggressor country to stop all their aggressive intent at the global or the local level. Mahatma Gandhi is also very visionary with regard to ecological concerns of the nation. He has also mentioned we should reform the developmental model of this world. He has mentioned that we should settle every differences, internal or external, with some human concern and peacefully. He has also mentioned he mentioned we should combine humanism with nationalism. So our nationalism should be more accommodative and should be inclusive, not exclusive, because India is a country which visualize the concern related to Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and we are promoting this particular ideology. I have noted 11 a.m. So I thank Dr. Aprajita. After the 2 minute silence, I may conclude my.
Absolutely. So it is 10:59. At 11 a.m. precisely, I would request you all to please stand up wherever it is that you are, and we would then observe 2 minutes of silence. And then, Dr. Amit, thank you so much. You will continue.
Call after 2 minutes, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes. So it shows 11 a.m. now. I request
Right.
you all to please stand at your respective places, and we would be observing 2 minutes of silence. It is 11:02. Thank you so much for observing that silence. And Dr. Singh, if you would like to continue.
Thank you, Aprajita. I hope I'm audible. So I just reiterate what I have mentioned just few minutes back, and specifically things related to nationalism, because Gandhi understand during the First World War or World War. According to Mahatma Gandhi, he understand nationalism is a cause of worry, and it is because of the high nationalism the entire world fought with each other during the First World War and the Second World War. So that is why he has mentioned that we should combine humanism with nationalism. And if we are going to combine humanism, then our nationalism should be more inclusive, not exclusive. And India is a country who preaches Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, and Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam is inclusive, not exclusive. So we should follow Mahatma Gandhi's footsteps with regard to the global peace, and to follow his ideas related to peaceful resolution of any conflict. So he has also mentioned points related to we should initiate non-cooperation with the aggressor. We have to address ecological concern, and we have to reform the developmental model at present, which is going on in the entire world. And this developmental model should be more accommodative and specifically towards the underdeveloped nation. And that is why he has emphasized that we should end any sort of direct, indirect, or regressive economic exploitation. So, and he has also mentioned that people's participation in peace process is very, very important. And any country, if they are not going to include people's concern and their participation in any peaceful process, according to Mahatma Gandhi, peace is not any nation is going to, or they may unable to achieve peace if people's participation is not there. So there are various other aspects related to Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy with regard to peace study and peaceful conflict resolution. But I would like to end my speech here, because I know there are other panelists to this webinar. But towards the end, yes, we all should follow Mahatma Gandhi's footstep with regard to resolving any dispute, and Mahatma Gandhi's ideas and his philosophy is still relevant in this highly nuclearized world, specifically for peace studies. And he is not only the father of the Indian nation, but he is also a father of peace studies in the academics. With these words, yes, again, I would like to reiterate Mahatma Gandhi's words. Peace is more than the absence of war, and we should all understand this particular things. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Aprajita.
Thank you so much, sir. Indeed, peace is more than the absence of war. Thank you for bringing out possible synergies between Gandhian philosophy and contemporary geopolitics. With that, I would now like to invite Dr. Jyoti Bhattacharya. Uh, Dhruv sir is a research fellow at Indian Council of World Affairs. He has received his MPhil and PhD from Jawaharlal Nehru University, and he has been working extensively on Pakistan's foreign policy decision making under civilian and military leadership. He has taught as an assistant professor in the Department of Political Science, Siliguri College, for 10 years, after which he has been involved in research with ICWA. His interest also includes India and Vietnam, ASEAN, Israel, terrorism, foreign policy decision making, India and Myanmar, South Asian politics, and political and strategic development in Pakistan and Afghanistan. He has published a book on Pakistan foreign policy decision making and also jointly edited a book titled Gandhi and the World in 2022. Sir, I would like to welcome you, and we are looking forward to your address.
Thank you. I would like to thank the administration of Amity University uh, the Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Brigadier Tiwari, as well as Major General Kapoor, and Aprajita for inviting me to this prestigious speech. Gandhian ideas and philosophy have had an undeniably towering influence and manifestation in modern history, both in India and the world. Gandhi has continued to inspire generations of social activists, political leaders, and thinkers across the social, political, economic, and environmental spectrum in different geographies. Gandhi's relevance has stood the test of time in India through generations and has also traversed the length and breadth of the world. The first principle which guided all his thoughts and activities is the complete unity and integrity of body, mind, and soul in the individual human being. He was never tired of saying that the body should be controlled by the mind and the mind by the soul. But this control is not to be achieved by despising or neglecting either the body or the mind, or in the mystic exaltation of the soul by itself. He attached to physical health and well being as much importance as to plain and logical thinking or moral responsibility. He was one of the most logical and powerful writers, yet he was never tired of decrying all idle and purposeless playing with words and ideas or deification of thoughts as such. He was convinced that real thought must be organically connected to moral purposes on the one side and useful and right action on the other. It has been claimed that the greatest achievement of Gandhi was the spiritualization of politics. This is undoubtedly true, but he had no faith in spirituality by itself as an abstract virtue. He conceived it as a kind of illumination or fragrance which should accompany every thought and action. It is difficult to define it, except perhaps through the verses of the Bhagavad Gita, which constituted his daily prayer. The second principle of Gandhian philosophy may be stated like all social actions should be governed by the same simple set of moral values, of which the main elements are selflessness, non attachment, non violence, and active service. It will take me too long to define and elaborate his ideas in respect of each of these, but he believed that the growth of a man's personality is proportionate to his faith in and practice of these virtues. This is possible only when he identifies himself more and more with an ever increasing circle till it embraces all humanity and even all living beings. He judged the value and vitality of social institutions by their capacity to foster such growth. His third conviction was that no society, state, or any other institution has any worth or importance apart from its part in contributing to the growth of the individuals of which it is composed. The state, the nation, the community, and other traditional groupings had no intrinsic value for him. In the pages of Young India in the earlier years, he defended the caste system as a great scheme of social and sexual discipline. But in the light of actual experience, he abandoned it as an impractical system. Though to the end he believed in some kind of voluntary and ideal social groups based on qualifications and capacity for service. It was Gandhiji's firm conviction that means are at least as important as and often even more than ends. It is, of course, desirable that ends should be good and reasonable, but they merely give a direction to life, while the means adapted constitute life itself. Therefore, if the means are right, that is, if they conform to the tests of truth and nonviolence, even mistakes, errors, and failures aid the growth of the individual. On the other hand, wrong means corrupt the soul, and no good can even come out of them. Gandhiji repudiated categorically the idea that ends justifies the means. This implies the rejection of war, espionage, and crooked diplomacy, even when they are adopted for the so-called noble ends of defending the country, religion, or humanity. Faith in God is, according to Gandhiji, the foundation of all moral values. He never defined God and was prepared to allow every person to have his own idea of God. For him, he was inclined to think of him as the Upanishadic Brahman. But so long as a person believes in some source of spiritual life and holds it superior to the material universe, he is a believer in God. Gandhiji had no objection even to a formal profession of agnosticism, so long as a person demonstrated by his attachment to moral values that this outlook was essentially spiritual in essence. Mahatma Gandhiji is not merely a political philosopher, he is a message, he is a philosophy of life. His mission was to reconstruct India from below upwards to a decentralized socio-political and economic order with India's myriad villages as its base. He was very much concerned with the nature, poor, deprived, and the downtrodden, and he has intended to alter the evil political, social, and economic system of the people. Gandhiji is universally known as the most renowned theorist, philosopher, and also the practitioner of truth, love, nonviolence, tolerance, freedom, and peace. I believe that the influence of Gandhiji in the future will depend more and more on the realization that these fundamental principles constitute the core of his teachings and that all his actions were merely illustrations of their application. He considered his life as a series of experiments with truth. Therefore, it is his conception of truth that is central to his life and work. Do not claim that the principles indicated exhaust his conception, but I believe that they constitute its basic elements. Gandhiji's belief in satyagraha, ahimsa, sarvodaya remain to be the basic tenets that the world should be following. Even when we pursue Swachh Bharat, the virtues of Bapuji remain to be its foundation. While we recently celebrated the 150th birth anniversary, scholars around the globe felt the need to reinvigorate the ideals and thoughts of Bapuji to bring people and nations together. His virtues, thoughts, and principles act as beacons for humanity. Gandhiji lived through a pandemic as well, which was during the Spanish flu, where he stressed on the need to protect one's health, eat good food, perform yoga, and meditate to keep physical and mental health. Gandhiji preached the concept of experimenting with truth, a phrase that also formed the subtitle to his autobiography. He taught how to learn through trial and error, often admitting to mistakes and changing one's behavior accordingly. Non-observance of truthfulness is the root cause of any corruption in the society. Many scholars have identified how Gandhiji's ethos could help strengthen the European project, which is in crisis today. Scholars, even from West Asia, have also stated that there is a need for architects like Bapuji to resolve the existing crisis in West Asia. I have spoken with a diplomat from Costa Rica who stated how the country, Costa Rica, is a living example of following the principles of ahimsa, of not even having a national army. One can ask, if it is easy to be a Gandhian today, Gandhiji, the father of the nation, has turned into a philosophy. As an individual, the level of sacrifice, spirituality, humility, knowledge, and love for humanity as virtues is hard to attain. Gandhiji is the gold standard for us, and I fully agree that an innate commitment is required to become a true Gandhian. I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dhruv sir, for giving us such a thorough and comprehensive view of Gandhian philosophy and principles. Thank you once again, sir. And let me now invite Colonel Dr. Rajan Bakshi, Director, ACDSA, Deputy Commandant, AIET, Associate Professor, AIDSS, to deliver the vote of thanks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Aprajita. Mahatma Gandhi left a deep and indelible impact on the contemporary and future generation of India alike. Such was the Janoon and Josh, Jazba-e-Azadi was there during the freedom struggle in every man and woman, which can aptly be summarized in this couplet. I quote, मेरी जिंदगी में सरहद की कोई शाम आए, काश मेरी जिंदगी वतन के काम आए, ना खौफ है मौत का, ना आरजू जन्नत की, मगर जब कभी जिक्र हो शहीदों का, काश मेरा भी नाम आए. Unquote. Commemorating the Martyr Day and paying befitting tribute to Rashtrapita Mahatma Gandhi has been possible because of the great motivation we received from our venerable founder, President Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, Honorable Chancellor Dr. Atul Chauhan, and Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla. And we are deeply thankful to them. We are also thankful to our eminent guest panelist, Major General Devendra Kapoor, Dr. Amit Singh, and Dr. Dhrubajyoti Bhattacharya for their valuable insight into Gandhiji's teaching and life. We are profoundly thankful to Lieutenant General Dr. S.K. Gadiok, Director General AIDSS and ACDSA, whose guidance has been of immense value. I thank Dr. Anand Kumar Tiwari, Director AIDSS, for his contribution, and Dr. Aprajita Pandey and the coordinating staff who had made it possible to commemorate Martyr Day in a befitting manner. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. And I would personally like to thank everybody who's come here. Tiwari, sir, you were saying something.
Yeah, thank you very much, General Devendra Kapoor, sir, Dr. Amit, Dr. Dhrubajyoti Bhattacharya. Thanks all, and we have made the day good and commemorated in a befitting manner. I think we should end the session with the permission of Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam. We would like to close this session. Yeah, Aprajita.
Okay.
I think we can close the session with
Yes,
due permission of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam.
Yes.
Thank you,
everybody.
thank you,
Yes.
Brigadier Anand. Thank you, Dr. Parajita, and thank you for the co-speakers, that is Dr. Amit and Dr. Bhattacharya. Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Yes.
And I again thank the honorable founder, that is Dr. Ashok Chauhan, Dr. Atul Chauhan, who's not present, but I thank him. I thank Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla for the words that she's spoken and welcome me. Lieutenant General Gadiok, who's invited, who's been the Director General of the AID, the Amity Institution of Defense Studies, and Brigadier Anand. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Most welcome, sir. We look forward to other interactions. Thank you.
Thank you.
We may close the session.
Everyone.
Thank you as well.
everyone.
Thank you as well.
Thank
Sir.
you, everyone.